Hello everybody. So a lovely little story from the Smile team this week. They're running a parenting course, which has been really successful in the future, really helpful for parents, but also for the children. And they made a glitter jar this week, lots of glitter, shake it up, keep it within an area. 7-year-old taking it home, taking it to her class, taking it to her brownie pack to spread the word about how we can manage our emotions. Emotional wisdom at 7-year-old. I mean, it's just beautiful. So well done to Donna and the team who are running that parenting course. Just so you know, we're doing, now that Rachel's back, we're doing a little bit of a look at the structure of Smile. So there'll be some work on that, which you'll hear more about over the coming weeks. But the team are working their way through that. What's coming up? Well, this week we've got pool food bank manager interviews on Friday. We have, you'll start seeing a notice about chaplaincy roles going out because we're really keen to get some volunteer chaplains in all our different projects. And we've got the first one who might be right for Bournemouth. Sharon's working towards having the Bournemouth Male Voice Choir coming to Wimborne on the, just checking the date, it's the 25th of October. And so we're trying to get the message out about that. And of course, at least 7 of you, plus me in my silly costume, are running this weekend at the Bournemouth Marathon Festival. And loads of you doing the Supernova 5K, which is amazing. So if people come to you and say, hey, could you sponsor us? Find some friends to sponsor them so we can get some more cash into the pot for that. But well done, everybody. Oh, and my wife's doing a lecture on Wednesday about religious freedom in Europe. I'll send you some details. Here's some news about stars and from London.
Hey everybody, just at the partnership day for the Sexual Trauma and Recovery Service, which is Pan Dorset, used to be called Rape Crisis Service. They have some really helpful services that some of our clients might benefit from. They do stuff face-to-face, which really fits with our approach. It's not an emergency service, not an immediate crisis service, but actually they have an information line which you can get some basic information for those who are worried about sexual trauma. They also have referrals, an online referral form, and they have these people who are called independent sexual violence advisors, ISVAs, who people can book in to see. So it's a service that is important for us to know about, and I will put some basic details into the catch-up this week just to give you some numbers. So the key number that you need to know is the information line, which is an 01202 number, 308 855, 308 855. I'll put all that into the chat, into the detail, this week's update, and we'll talk soon. Hello everybody, this is Central London. That's St Martin in the Fields Crypt. Some of you will know that. They have an amazing ministry here to the homeless, to asylum seekers, to all sorts of people. A connection point right in the middle, Trafalgar Square is just over there. Housing Justice invited us to come along to a day when Christian homelessness organisations, that you could broaden that definition to Christian organisations working with those coming out of crisis, brought them together to talk about leadership and what we're doing and how we're doing it, and how does that work with the central government changes, la 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 la. 3 things that came out of that for me. One was to hear the guy from MHCLG, so the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government, who are our sort of the main department who we would connect with. So the guy came down a few weeks ago to see what we're doing, and he met a guy at the Thursday Club who told his story, and what was really amazing was Jacob, the guy from the government. He's almost exactly the same age as this guy, and the guy told him a story of just coming out of all sorts of really difficult things. But he said, the guy said that we just read a prayer with this chap in the Thursday Club, and the guy had been really touched by it. He said, it was the first moment in my life where somebody cared. And what Jacob from the government said was how that means something to him, because his life was a bit of a mess earlier on. His was turned around. He became a Christian. That was what was important to him as well. And the whole principle of you are worth it is making its way through government. So as he said, that idea, some call it social prescribing, but actually others are starting to call it love for what it really is. Hugely encouraging that we got a mention today. Second point, a guy called Sam Wells, who is the vicar here. If you haven't come across Sam, he's a very deep thinker. You might not agree with everything he says, but he's a very deep and very clear thinker. And one of the things he was talking about, The Christian faith is all about relationship, being with, being alongside. Didn't actually say the word alongside today, but being with is such a common situation. And he talked about how as society, we quite often say the key to it is overcoming limitation, better technology, solving problems with better drugs, running faster, jumping higher, and all that sort of stuff. And he says all that eventually does is we rely more and more on technology and grow more and more isolation. So instead of overcoming limitations, actually let's look about how we can reduce isolation, and relationship and being alongside and being with is a key part of that. Links in with what Jacob was saying from the government. The other analogy that somebody gave was if you go up a hill or go up a mountain, climb a mountain, the most dangerous, the most difficult bit, 70% of accidents coming down Everest happen on the way down. And actually it's the post-crisis care that's going to become more and more critical, more and more important to government, more and more important to actually deliver. And that's exactly in the space where we are often there, aren't we? Yeah, many people come to food banks for just needing one parcel, about 50, 60%. But what about the 20% who need 3 or more parcels? What about the people coming out of getting a house and needing somewhere to be community? The people in Smile, lone parents who are needing that help but aren't as much part of a community. That's the space we're in. Really encouraging, we're on a good place, but we need to keep going. So yeah, thank you for what you are doing. And if any of you want to hear what Sam Wells I managed to sneakily record what he said. If any of you are interested, then give me a shout. Talk soon.